Welcome to Intelligent Growth, realized from Ngulum, where every week we deep dive into the big topics shaking up media and tech. Now, we've all heard that generative AI is changing creative work, right? But what if the real story, the one that's actually rewriting the economics of entertainment, is happening completely behind the scenes? Well, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to uncover, that hidden revolution.
Yeah, so today we're looking at how GenAI is doing way more than just tweaking creative workflows. It's totally reshaping the business of entertainment from the inside out. We've all seen the flashy headlines about AI-generated images and scripts, but the real action, the stuff that's actually hitting the balance sheets and defining go-to-market strategies, is happening where most people aren't even looking.
And this isn't some far-off prediction about the future. It's happening right now. Which brings me to this really fascinating case study that just perfectly illustrates this hidden shift. Let's call it the $20 million paradox. So here's the story. Picture this. Late 2023, a European studio's big flagship fantasy series was already an eye-watering $20 million over budget. And get this, they hadn't even shot a single frame of film yet. Years of back-and-forth revisions and these super ambitious plans for a 12-language global launch had pushed the whole project right to the brink of collapse. So, faced with this impossible choice, they decided to try something new. They piloted just one single AI-powered workflow. And the results? They were absolutely dramatic. That one change slashed their pre-production timeline from 18 months all the way down to just 6. It automated the initial dubbing tests for all 12 of their target languages and even started generating personalized marketing materials for each region. It completely changed their trajectory. So the final result of that one little AI pilot, the series didn't just launch on time, it brought in 40% more revenue per territory than they had ever projected. It turned a near total failure into a massive runaway success. And that surprising success story, it really reveals a fundamental truth. While everyone is laser-focused on the content itself, the real AI revolution is happening in the invisible infrastructure that holds it all up. And this leads us to a puzzle that I guarantee is keeping media executives awake at night. It's the big question in streaming right now, isn't it? Companies are spending more money than ever before to produce this mountain of content. But for most of them, subscriber growth has just hit a wall. The old formula of more content equals more subscribers, well, it seems to be breaking down. I mean, let's just look at the numbers for a second, because the spending is truly staggering. In 2023, Netflix spent around $15 billion on content. Disney Plus, a whopping $30 billion. And across the entire industry, we're talking about a $240 billion global spending spree on content. Just incredible. And this right here, this highlights the core problem perfectly. On one side, you've got this astronomical spending on content. And on the other, growth is flattening out. And people are leaving. That's high churn. The industry is totally caught in a trap. Spending more just isn't leading to more growth anymore. The data is pretty clear that the old playbook, this content arms race mentality, is failing. The exception has always been that the platform with the most original content just automatically wins. But that's just not true anymore. Turns out, the platforms with the highest volume of content don't necessarily have the lowest churn rates. Success isn't just about having the most stuff. Instead, the real winners are the ones leveraging AI to be smarter, not just bigger. Take localization, for instance. Studios that are using AI for things like dubbing and generating subtitles are seeing incredible results. We're talking 50% cost reductions per territory and getting their content to international markets 60% faster. So the crucial takeaway here is that success is shifting from just creating more content to creating smarter systems. And that brings us to where the real change is happening. Look, it's not about using one cool AI tool for one specific task. It's about how AI is accelerating the entire value chain, from the very first idea all the way to the final dollar of revenue. See, GenAI isn't just a single tool. It's an accelerator across the entire content lifecycle. From AI-assisted storyboarding and pre-production, to automated editing and post, and all the way through to optimizing how content is distributed and monetized, it's transforming every single link in the chain. And the impact numbers are pretty significant. Right across the board, we're seeing these massive reductions in time and cost for development and production, and at the same time, we're seeing major boosts in ad revenue on the back end. This is all about driving efficiency and profit at every single stage.
This all shows that AI's real power isn't about replacing human creativity. Not at all. It's about amplifying its output and dramatically shortening the time it takes to get from a creative idea to actual revenue. So if it's not just about having the coolest AI tools, what's the secret? What's the secret sauce? Well, the answer is a new strategic framework. The key concept here is something called revenue architecture. Now, this isn't the AI tech itself. It's the strategic thinking, the systems, and the processes that you build around the AI. It's what allows a company to turn the raw potential of AI into real, sustainable profit and growth.
And this is such a critical distinction. Companies that just treat AI as a simple cost-cutting tool might see some small gains, sure, but without this bigger strategic architecture, creating more content just becomes an expensive liability. It costs you more money without actually driving any real growth. The real winners, they're building their entire business around AI's capabilities. So what do these winners have in common? Well, it really boils down to 3 pillars. A unified data system so that AI can see everything, agile teams that can act on those insights instantly, and strategic leadership that treats this as a complete business model transformation, not just another tech upgrade. These 3 pillars, that's what transforms an AI investment from just a simple tool into a true game-changing competitive advantage. In this new reality, it requires a fundamental shift in how media organizations operate, moving away from those old linear models. This really shows that fundamental shift. The old linear playbook of siloed departments that are only focused on subscribers, that's being replaced. The new playbook is all about agile teams using unified data to embrace hybrid revenue models like free ad-supported TV, that's FAST, and ad-supported video on demand, or AVOD. And this isn't just about shuffling workflows around. It's about seizing brand new revenue opportunities. AI-powered platforms like FAST and AVOD are creating these massive opportunities that a lot of traditional studios are just completely missing out on. And when they're optimized correctly, these platforms can actually generate more revenue per viewer than the traditional subscription models. And look, while there are real risks with AI adoption, things like union and IP concerns, the bigger competitive risk, by far, is doing nothing at all. The companies that delay are finding themselves stuck with higher costs, longer timelines, and just an inability to compete. Ultimately, success is going to belong to those who build the strategic architecture to multiply the value of their creative assets. So the question for every leader out there isn't if GenAI will change the industry, it's whether you are going to be the one to shape that transformation or if you're going to let yourself be shaped by it. That is a powerful question to think about. If you found this explainer valuable, please do us a favor and like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the trends that are shaping media and tech. Thanks for watching.